Hey everybody, it's Ed. All right, today's video, I want to talk about one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Elvis Presley album. I'm 10,000 years old, Elvis Country, or Elvis Country. I don't know. Pretty sure it's just read like Elvis Country, not necessarily meaning Elvis country music, just Elvis Country. This is Elvis Country. So that's how I read it. But whatever. Anyway, one of my favorite albums, love it, and wanted to focus on it on this video just because of how special I think this album is. Now, not really sure as to what the actual reason is towards my strong feelings about this album. Maybe that it is something that I pretty much remember since I don't know how long into my childhood. Hearing this album and seeing it around, and it just it's amazing album for me. So this is actually an original pressing. I will show you if you would like what the inside looks like. So you want to see? All right. Well, here is the inner sleeve, and it goes up to On Stage with the 4 LP box set, which is pretty much, well, and then That's the Way It Is came out, and then Elvis Country. So That's the Way It Is, it isn't even on here yet, which is kind of cool. So that was the sleeve. Oh, let me show you the label. This is more of a rigid, almost vinyl, more than flexi. It's the orange label, and looks and sounds amazing. And like I said, it is an original pressing, so it did come with an insert, and here is said insert. So it was two-sided. First side came with Little Elvis, where it also has a facsimile or printed signature, and then on the back, from That's the Way It Is, Elvis, and it says all rights reserved, all star shows, right on the bottom there. I don't know if you're going to be able to read it, but it is there, I assure you. All right, so that is the insert that came with this album. So I have an original pressing, and then I also have this pressing, which was about 1975, 76, because it is the tan label. Yes, nice tan label. And it had the last album on here was from, oh no, Moody Blue. Curious. So actually this is 77. I stand corrected. But regardless, it's on the tan label and still very cool. All right, and then after that I can show, I never was able to get an original RCA release CD back in the 80s or 90s or whenever Elvis releases came out. So I don't have an original CD version of that, but I do have the Legacy Edition, and this one came out in 2012. So 10 years ago, this one came out. This is a double CD set, containing the original Elvis Country album and love letters as well on disc 2, plus some bonus songs. And then I have the FTD 2-disc release, which of course has the original album and a whole bunch of, a few bonus songs and outtakes, lots and lots of outtakes. So this is this is very, very good listening for me. Good. It's all from the Nashville sessions from 1970. All right, and then I guess the last thing I could show you is then in 2012 again, the FTD vinyl release. This was a double LP set, and it contains many of the tracks that are on here on this CD set. However, of course, the CD set does contain a lot more than what the albums give you, but great stuff. All right, so I've showed you the album. Let's talk a little bit about the songs on the album. So let me pull this over, and we start with Snowbird, which I believe was originally done by Anne Murray, and Elvis's version of Snowbird is mellow, it's laid back, but it's smooth and it's good, and his vocals are amazing as always. So pretty much I'm not going to give a bad review to any song on this album because I really do pretty much love them all. All right, especially Tomorrow Never Comes. I talked about this in my video that I did about Elvis's amazing vocal performances from the 1970s, and this was near, if not the top of the list. Tomorrow Never Comes is just amazingly performed by Elvis, and if you are not familiar with it, I tremendously recommend you seek it out and listen for yourself, and come back and leave me a comment if you want and let me know what you think. Little Cabin on the Hill, very enjoyable. Elvis, again, just sounds like he's having fun, having a good time with it, and great vocal performance, and I enjoy the song very, very much. Whole lot of shaking going on. Great drum and bass at the beginning of this. Then the horns kick in. There is there are versions out there without the horns, which I kind of prefer, to be honest with you. But regardless, I do enjoy this. It rocks, and it's really, really cool. Funny How Time Slips Away. Great song. And again, great performance by Elvis. Vocal ability is uncomparable because he's amazing. All right, I really don't want to know. Another song, you hear the emotion in it, in the way he sings the words, the lyrics, and just amazing performance. So again, every song, as far as I'm concerned, on side one is a home run. All right, let's move to side two. We have There Goes My Everything. That is a song that I love as well. Oddly enough, There Goes My Everything is also was remade on his He Touched Me album, where he did He Is My Everything instead of There Goes My Everything, and the lyrics are slightly different. So more of a religious song. All right, and then we have It's Your Baby, You Rock It. Definitely one of my favorites on this as well. Love it, and great performance by Elvis, and just a fun song, and fun lyrics as well. The Fool is Elvis is playing around a little bit with his voice, but it works, and he sounds good, and good song. Faded Love, absolutely love Faded Love, another favorite on this album for me, and again, just amazing performance by Elvis vocally, and a really good song, a really good song. All right, another favorite, I Wash My Hands in Muddy Water. Phenomenal song, phenomenal performance, and just amazing. I really don't know what else to say. I mean, I know I'm being repetitive, but how do you, with Superb, I could pull out a thesaurus and give you a whole, plethora of synonyms for amazing, but you get the picture. All right, and again, another favorite, although it's very much kind of a downer song, but still a favorite of mine, Make the World Go Away, closes the album out. And again, just amazing vocal performance, and very heartfelt and emotional, and a really strong way to close the album. But then again, it really doesn't close the album because I did not mention that in between each of the songs, after Snowbird and after There Goes My Everything, there is a little snippet of I Was Born About 10,000 Years Ago, which wasn't fully released until the Elvis Now album, but it is played in between each song, and then it segues into the next song. So, yeah, very innovative at the time, I guess, but a lot of people really didn't care for it. I personally don't mind it at all because, again, this is how I remember hearing it pretty much since I've, been alive. Because, again, this album came out in 1970. I was a year when this album came out. So it's been in my life since I was 1 year old because my father bought it when it came out. That's how he rolled. But that's it. So Elvis Country, amazing album. I love it. Hope you love it too. You can leave me a comment. Let me know what you think in the comments if you would like. And I do appreciate you all watching. And good to yourselves, good to each other. Take care, everybody.